Hey guys, I'm Nick,
And I'm Ahmed.
and welcome to TomFinery.
The show where we dick around.
But stay classy.
Welcome back, guys. So today on TomFinery. So the idea for this one was, okay, well, everybody knows, Jack and Coke, or, Jim Beam and Coke, whiskey and Coke, very,
Sure.
very popular. But not too often do people really pair what we'll call more premium, nicer whiskeys with, soft drinks. So I kind of thought, okay, well, do they taste good anyway, right? Or do you ruin sort of the essence of the beverage? And then secondarily, is there a connection between sort of price point and will that translate quality-wise into the cocktail?
Sure.
So we've got three different price point, but very different in preparation whiskeys. This guy right here is a Jim Beam, just a standard, Kentucky straight bourbon. That guy retails for like $27. Next up, we've got the Nikah. You want to talk to that one?
Sure, so that's the Nikah coffee grain whiskey. That's a Japanese whiskey, typically retailing in the $50-ish per bottle range, give or take there. Pretty tasty. I've had that a couple of times. Very nice.
Definitely a good one. Next
sure.
up, and the most expensive, not a lot more expensive, would be the Johnnie Walker Green. I did see online some mixed information as to the cost, because some people had said it had been discontinued. Frankly, I don't know. But when I got mine, it was about $65, which I think is maybe still the going rate.
Sure.
But yes, three different price points, but again, very, very different. So an American bourbon, a Japanese, very unique coffee
Japanese
grain,
single malt.
Yeah, Japanese single malt. Yeah, good point. Whiskey, and then also a single malt though.
Johnnie Walker's a blended. But this is
One-
interesting. Say on here.
Only single malt.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's exactly where I'm getting that for in my mind. So
Yeah.
it is only single malts from Talisker, Linkwood, Cragganmore, and Colilla.
You pronounce that really great. That's awesome.
Yeah, I think so. I don't. Tell me if I don't. But
I think it's fun.
yeah. So definitely gonna have a bit of smoke there, for an Isla. But anyhow, I think let's kind of just jump into it.
Yeah, sure. Start with the Jim Beam.
Yeah. First off, so $27 for a fifth. That's how we're quantifying all these guys. Really inexpensive. Ultra super popular. Definitely available in every. That's a hefty pour. We're doing three of these.
Should have probably had a meter of some sort to say, hey, how many lines?
Yeah, that's a good point. We'll eyeball it for now.
Yeah, that'll work out.
Yeah,
fine.
it's all good.
Get our Coca-Cola going here.
Yes, sir. Got the what many people will refer to as the Mexican Coke. Really just Coca-Cola, not high fructose corn syrup.
Right, made with real cane
real
sugar. Yep. I managed not to make that one explode on us.
Yeah. He's referencing the first episode of our podcast. So one of the different types of content we do, I had but a little more than that. Referencing in that first episode, we had some champagne mishaps. Really, really fun piece of content. We talked about it's part one, as it was, of the audiophile lexicon. So just us describing basically different definitions for terms we use to describe sound. So defining terms that one could use to describe sound, to explain sound to someone.
Yeah. And then the second topic of that was the era of the automobile.
Yes. Yeah. Our favorite era of automobile, decade-wise, anyhow, and the vehicles that sort of meant the most to those. Check that one out. Should be actually the first piece of content on the channel.
Yep.
So if you just want to sort by oldest, you'll find it that way. But let's give this a shot. Yeah, cheers, absolutely.
Well, on the nose, definitely smells like whiskey and Coke.
Yeah, super sweet. You are still getting the barrel spice. Definitely distinctly a different. Yeah. Yeah, definitely a distinctly different smell than just like Coke would be, or just whiskey would be.
I can see why people like it. Yeah.
Yeah. Again, not.
I'm not like the biggest soda drinker in the world, and this is definitely a tasty beverage. Goes down easy.
Not my cocktail of choice. But,
no, certainly not.
But no objections. Yeah, I could just watch a basketball game or something and throw one of these back. For sure. If you didn't feel like beer, but you wanted to have just more than just a small cocktail, if you're in the mood for a cocktail but you don't want something terribly spirit forward, I can understand the how this is enjoyable.
Oh, definitely.
But not a lot to say. If you've had a Jack and Coke, if you've had the house well liquor, whiskey and Coke, you know what it tastes like. It's sweet. The whiskey does still come through. I have high hopes for how different the other two are going to be, because you are getting a good amount of the whiskey.
Definitely. So we'll move on to the Nikah coffee grain. That's a whiskey it's really fantastic on its own. Very, very, very nice aroma. So it'll be interesting to see how it pairs with the Coca-Cola. Basically killed this one.
Yeah.
Go for the next one.
We could have been a little more objective about this, but at the end of the day, it's really all just about, will the flavor of the whiskey translate pretty well or not?
Yeah, will it have a major impact on the overall flavor of the beverage?
Oh, I'm doing water.
Yes.
A little bit of a palate cleansing. A little bit of Tom Snobbery. Smells really different.
Definitely. You can smell the Nikah right through.
100%. Yeah, it is coming through.
Like the Coke is definitely there. There's still an element of sweetness there, but the Nikah is just like, well, bam.
Makes me wonder ABV. I'm pretty sure Jim Beam is it 40.
I believe so.
This guy's 45. It really makes me wonder ABV, because I feel like 40. Only 5% more. What about the Johnnie Walker?
I'm taking a peek at that right now. Do we list anywhere? 43.
43, okay. So in the same ballpark, 43, 40, and 45% respectively.
Yeah, most whiskeys are right in that ballpark, unless you get like a cask strength, something like that.
Sure. Remarkably tastier.
Yeah. Dare I say a completely different beverage?
Yeah, no. If you said to me, like, I don't know, this is the same whiskey and a totally different soda, that'd be entirely believable.
Yep. For sure.
It translates extraordinarily well to the cocktail.
I feel like the character of this whiskey better complements the Coke than Jim Beam does.
The coffee grain has a... That's really good.
Yeah.
The coffee grain has a little bit more of a natural sweetness.
It does.
But wow, that's I'm not a big whiskey and Coke lover, but that's so good.
Actually, pretty darn good.
Damn, but Nikah, it wasn't the point of this video really, but
It was a bit of a surprise.
yeah, Nikah coffee grain. Not that it wasn't the point, but it's not the expectation I have that I was going to be like Nikah coffee grain and Coke. It's revelation. But that's kind of how I feel.
Yeah. No, I
want to drink more.
I know, right?
That's a good beverage.
Yeah. That is definitely a tasty beverage. We'll move on to the Johnnie Walker Green Label blended Scotch, a blend of many single malts. Thank you.
No problemo.
And even this is completely different on the nose than the previous two whiskeys. And on its own, actually, I'm going to taste this. I don't believe I've ever had green. I've had red, black, double black, platinum, and blue. I think those are the only Johnnie Walkers. Thank you. I'm going to taste it on its own. Wait.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's quite all right.
I missed your point. I thought you did already.
No, it's all right. That's actually a tasty whiskey on its own.
Yeah, no, it is. It was actually a gift. Funny story. It was just that
good level of complexity to that. There's more going on than
the typical Johnnie Walker. Yeah. Way superior to black. Gold is also pretty good. I've had platinum once. Really stand out. A bit more expensive is they have I forgot what they call it. It's like blue, ghost, and rare or something along those lines.
Yeah. Very
tasty. But to the effect of the Johnnie Walker Green, a Secret Santa at work a while back, and effectively my Secret Santa forgot to get me a gift. Felt real bad. Went way over budget. Got me that and like a couple cigars.
Nice.
But yeah, no, I was pleasantly surprised. I saw it and I was like, oh, Johnnie Walker. Not that I hate Johnnie Walker or anything. I certainly don't. But for $65, wouldn't have been my first pick. But I was actually really pleasantly surprised.
Yeah.
It's a good drink.
Nice.
Yeah. It's not my favorite in the world, but good nonetheless.
Let's see how our Green Label and Coke goes. Again, on the nose, totally different than the other two.
Very apparent that the Kula is there.
Definitely. You get that bit of peat, bit of smoke.
Yes. No. The thing is that it's almost completely absent in the coffee grain. Not at all absent in this. Again, that's also very good.
That's actually impressive.
Yeah.
There's some serious complexity going on there that even with the sweetness of the Coke, it's just like, I don't know, kind of like rolling in my mouth right now. All the different flavors. This is really nice.
I might say popping. Like it is sort of this like crackling of flavor, if that makes any sense. I don't know if that sounds
well.
weird.
The flavors are like coming in, going out, changing.
Yeah,
it's
I mean
nice.
the sweetness complements the whiskey really well.
It certainly does.
I think straight away I'll say the better pairing is maybe the Nikah. But this is certainly the more complex pairing.
Yeah, definitely, there's certainly more going on, and it's an interesting interaction of the flavors. Whereas the Nikah is more kind of uniform in lockstep with the Coke, saying, "Oh yeah, hey, my character is complementing the character of the Coke," and Johnnie Walker is like, "Nah, I'm not going to complement. I'm going to go ahead and contrast and make it so that the sweetness of the Coke stands out, but then also the various elements of that particular whiskey, the Green Label, there stand out as well."
The peat and the grain, I guess, or maybe malt. Is what I would say.
Yeah, the malt.
The malt is very much coming through.
Oh yeah.
It's that's also really good. I wanna take a sip of water and go back to the coffee.
To the Nikah.
Oh, whoa. Okay. I don't know if I'm losing my mind right now, but sweet coffee, getting like sweet coffee on the nose from the Nikah right now. Not coffee. Yeah. Play on words there.
Yes.
I don't know if you're getting that, but it just. That is so different. I'm getting cherry.
Yeah, it's a much sweeter presentation.
Yes.
Definitely some red fruit notes of some kind, possibly cherry. Almost even like a maraschino.
Yeah, no, not like a real cherry.
No.
Yeah, no, like a hyper sweet cherry. Little artificial. I mean, it's Coke. It's not going to be.
It's only so much you can do from corn syrup, right?
Yeah. Oh, it's real sugar, actually.
Oh,
yeah. I wonder now. Now
that'd
I'm
be an interesting comparison to do at some point, like the
whiskey and real cane sugar Coke, or whiskey and corn syrup Coke. Yeah. Now I'm tempted to go back to the Jim Beam. Again, so distinctly different on the nose.
You really get the grain on the palate. It's kind of sits high up in the front.
I put these next to each other, and part of my brain was like, "Oh no, what if I mix them up?" No mixing them up. You can smell or taste them, and
you
immediately.
Can do a blind tasting.
Yeah, you could absolutely do a blind tasting. You get a sensory deprivation tasting. Still.
Oh yeah, and you'd be able to distinguish between these three. They are so different. They are so unique. Yeah, from looks alone, aside from the levels at which they're at.
Yeah.
That'd be the one thing.
But again, that is the classic, the classic, whiskey and Coke flavor. Still pretty pleasant, but incredibly complex for the Johnnie Walker. Incredibly sort of cohesive marriage between the Nikah and the Coke, and then just a simple, respectable flavor profile for the Jim Beam. And again, I don't know that the association there is because of price point, but the reality is very, very different. It would be fun to revisit this maybe with 3 blended scotches or 3 bourbons, and sort of see how that bodes.
Yeah, could definitely be fun.
But I think that's TomFinery for us today.
Yeah, I think that does it. Well, if you like what you see here, definitely hit the subscribe button below and tap that bell to get notifications of new videos that we'll be posting. We're hoping to post a new video on this channel once a week, give or take, and kind of make that work out. We have a couple of different types of videos that we do, so definitely give us a follow there and kind of find out what else we have in store for you. If you have any suggestions, if you think there's something else that we should cover, like different whiskeys or different combinations of beverages, we definitely want to hear from you. Give us a shout. Let us know.
As always, it's an honor. It's a pleasure. Thanks so much for watching. We really do appreciate it. I think we're signing off for today, though.
Absolutely. Have a great night, guys.